Hey everybody, it's John. Hang on a second. This is a weird thing and it's different from what I normally do. First of all, channel is going to be probably humor and history, just to give you a heads up. But this is a weird thing. This video is the Roman Colosseum was intended to be a power station. This is this guy's theory. It was sent to me in saying that this is the biggest load of BS they've ever heard, and I haven't seen it. I don't know what we're looking at here. As a matter of fact, I don't know, but it seems like there's some sort of conspiracy theory here. So I just want to hear what this guy has to say. This might be hilarious. This might be really funny.
So after some brainstorming and some thinking about the Roman Colosseum, I was looking at this thing over and over and over again, and I already made a statement that this thing's not meant for, it wasn't a stadium, folks. It wasn't a stadium.
Okay.
There was something bigger for this purpose, and I think I figured it out. So before I go there, look at the size of these people versus this opening, right? Look at the size of these people versus the opening.
Okay.
This was meant for giants, but let's get back to topic. So I was looking...
He just goes right there to the crazy. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, now we know what level of crazy we're starting at. All right.
Looking around, I think I already did a video on this, and I just figured out what
Dude's
this thing
loud.
is. So, as you know, these guys, these beings, they use atmospheric energy, water-based energy, magnetic energy, ground energy, sound energy, right? So I think this was some sort of energy device.
Okay, this is definitely some flat Earth. This is beyond almost flat Earth. Okay, all right.
I think that's what it is. It's an energy device.
All right.
And then when I came to that thought, then I came to this conclusion. What this really is another Babylon Tower or volcano.
Or a volcano. I don't know what to say about this.
These volcanoes all around the world are actually these kind of towers, right? And I think that's what this thing was. I think they were in the middle of creating this thing as a mini arc reactor or something like that, right?
Oh my god.
They were, you know, the volcanoes. You know how big the volcanoes were, right?
Were?
Those were either power stations or something else, right? And I think this was the purpose of this. It was a power station, folks. I think that's what I'm coming to. Is this was a power station? It wasn't a stadium. It wasn't anything to do with people going in there and out. I think this was a mini, so-called Babylon Tower, but I think it was a quote-unquote power station or volcano, right? So that's my conclusion. I think that's what it is.
Okay, I'm really interested in the crazy of this. I mean, I'll give him a chance, but ooh.
I think that's what this thing was.
All right, so get into it.
And then the big X factor happened, and then it blew, melted sections of this and such, right? So
melting?
Yeah, this was nothing to do with stadium, folks. It has nothing to do with
get into
people
why.
dying and getting killed by lions and gladiators, right? This was something to do with energy, right? Atmospheric energy, water-based energy.
Okay, you just typed that up on a Word document. Get into it.
Energy, magnetic, ground, or sound energy, right? I think that's what this thing was. So
yeah, all right.
Back in 2010, I visited Rome. Actually, 2012 and 2010, I visited Rome. I took some photos with my DSLR. So let's take a look at some of these photos I took. So this was around the structure of the Colosseum, and you see these. You see here. You see this. Look at the bricks, folks.
That's Roman construction.
So this was
It's the way they do aqueducts.
Around the structure of the Colosseum. I think if you've been to Rome, you've seen this before. And take a look at this. Why is this opening like this, right? Why is there these two giant openings and two giant openings here? It doesn't make sense, right?
Am I the only one that thinks that? I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy is nuts.
This doesn't make sense. Why would they do that?
Probably for structural reasons and for light. I
The
don't.
next one, photo. It's the same section, but this is the bigger section of it. This funny is look at this. They try to patch this up with some concrete here. Real funny. Okay, so
What's the hell so funny about
let's go to the
that?
next photo. So here's the side of the Colosseum, right?
Yeah.
You see, look at the bricks. Look at the brick lines.
Yeah.
What's funny is I think the government's patched this side up with concrete blocks. Look at this. It doesn't even match this, right? Look at this. You have this section, but then you have this section that look like concrete blocks. It doesn't even match this. This section right here should look like this.
Should it?
So
Really?
let's go to the next photo. So this is a good, interesting photo I took.
A good, interesting.
You see the red bricks, and what do you see here?
Water damage?
The expansion from the heat event, the X Factor event. All these bricks were starting to melt, bubble outwards and marshmallow outwards, right? And started, changing to this, right? To concrete. I mean, to rock, like in my previous videos you've seen, right? See, look, you see here, you don't see any stadium seating, right? I think this was a Babylon Tower they're doing.
Okay, look, I haven't actually been to the Colosseum, the Colosseum. I know there were tons of them. There are a bunch of them littered all over the former Roman Empire. You guys probably have them in Britain, and I just don't know about it. But I'm sure that for whatever reason, things like bricks on the side and whatnot, it was for stability. The first time you build something, and I mean, let's face it, this is not a fault zone. Like there is a volcanic zone, area, and that is basically Italy. So I mean, there's also a lot of earthquakes in the area. So I mean, and this has survived many earthquakes. So my thing is, they've probably added structural points to this throughout the Roman Empire. And yes, I also know that for tourist reasons, and as well as safety reasons, there's been some patching, and some upkeep and just modern day work done to it, clearly. But I look at the other stuff that he was just looking at, like right over here, and right in there, I'm thinking, right off the bat, that's waterware. But I could be wrong.
Stadium seating, right? I think this was a Babylon Tower they're doing. That's what they're doing, folks. They were doing a Babylon Tower, mini Babylon Tower. Let's go back.
Okay.
That's my conclusion. I think that's what it is. This thing was an energy generator. Probably a good chance it was an energy generator. So here's more of a photo. Look at the size of these openings versus the people, right? Look at this. Look at the size of these openings. These like 20 feet high versus the people here. Look at that. It's all heat damage right here. Heat damage. All this heat damage.
Okay.
That's a better photo. And down here, look at all the bricks, folks. Look at all the bricks.
But if I'm not mistaken, didn't all the bricks end up falling down, and that's how they knew that there was a floor that was mobile? Just throwing it out there. I can honestly say that I'm getting a headache, and I feel dumber from watching this. Okay.
Yeah, this was nothing to do with the stadium, folks. It has nothing to do with the stadium. I think this was some sort of reactor they were producing in the middle of the city. A mini reactor, a mini.
Yeah. Okay. Well, where's it hooked
Babylon
up then?
Tower or a volcano?
Where would it?
As you claim.
Where's the rest of the evidence? You just have
There's a close-up photo of the bricks. This is funny. Look at this. Look at the government's trying to patch it up in this section with concrete blocks. Doesn't even match. Sad.
I don't think it's sad. What did you? I don't even know what to say to this guy. Where is he coming up with this? I mean, I guess I would trust the people who have done the research and who have done the excavation over an internet warrior.
You can see the heat damage right here. See the heat damage? The bubbling outwards? You see the bricks here, the normal bricks, and then you see these bricks.
Isn't that collapsed? Okay.
Damaged.
Sections?
All heat damage, folks.
I don't know where he's...
Better... This is the underside of the stadium. Well, not stadium, but the Colosseum. You see all the bricks. Everything was bricks, folks. Everything. 12 miles deep, bricks. Bricks everywhere.
Yes, and the Romans were known for Roman concrete, too, which they probably used as mortar as well. By the way, they just figured out the secret to Roman concrete. So it's one of the best. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's either one of the best or the best concrete.
Heat damage. Heat damage. Another side. It's all bricks, folks. Look at it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 20 layers maybe of bricks. Look at the heat damage here. The heat damage.
Look
at the heat damage. You see this section's all rock now. This used to be brick. See? Look very closely, folks. Look very closely.
I'm looking.
Inside one of those openings. This opening was huge, folks. I remember this. Yep.
I don't think they're trying to hide anything when they talk about bricks. They don't like let people in and be like, there were no bricks here.
So if you look at this is a very good photo. Look at this section. It's all look like rock, right? That you see on a mountain. You see this on a mountain, but no, it's really a structure. Everything was a structure.
All right, first of all, I don't see things that look like that on a mountain. I don't know what it is, but I have a hard time believing it. And I don't mean to really like get too hard on this guy, but
everything was a structure. I think the lie they tell us was Rome was burnt down. Okay, if it was burnt down, then how did these go on fire, right? How do bricks go on fire if Rome was on fire? Right?
All right, first of all, there is heat that's given off. I will say that. But right.
Look at the heat damage, folks. It didn't occur to me until now. Look at the heat damage. It was melting. It was melting this way.
Okay,
like a blowtorch.
But like what is it powering? Like what is it powering? Why? I mean, okay, so in theory, let's say this is giving off energy or creating energy. So it's a meltdown in a way, but what is it? I mean, they didn't have a way to harness electricity. It was a conductor, I guess that's what he's saying, some kind of heat thing. Oh,
hitting it.
I don't know.
Look at the heat damage. And look how perfectly aligned these sections are. Like, like I said, I mentioned my previous video, a human being didn't do this. A machine didn't do this. We're in a simulation. And this is proof of it.
Okay, now
look how many bricks. I don't know how many bricks they used for this thing.
Oh, boy.
That fort in the Florida Keys is 15 million bricks. This dwarfs it. I'm telling you right now.
He's talking about Fort Taylor off the west coast of Key West in Florida. I know what he's talking about, but this is a heavy duty structure. I mean, that's a fort made for to take bombardment. And yeah, it looks just like that all around it. And there are two levels, but that's probably exactly why this is still standing.
This thing dwarfs it. Look at the heat damage down here. Look at the heat damage. This is all rock now. These used to be bricks.
Okay.
I hope you share this with everybody. I think I figured out what this thing is. This Colosseum, it was not a Colosseum, folks. It was a reactor or something. Some sort of energy device. That's what it is, folks. Energy device.
I don't know why I'm still watching.
It's more of the inside, down here below, right? Look at that.
You're right. Clearly not holding up a floor.
You can pause the video if you want.
No.
I'm just going through it quickly.
No, go through it much quicker.
And look at the brick lines here. All perfectly straight, all uniform.
You know, I've been to Machu Picchu, and I've seen how the stones are perfectly set together. There are good artisans there. You know, I mean, look at bricklayers today. Look at people who do work on houses and on buildings. There are people that have got experience with this stuff. There are people who have done statues, and they do a great job. Why couldn't they make that? I mean, it's not like humans are, I don't want to say that's stupid, but it's not like they're incapable of learning and making stuff.
They tell you the Romans did this, right? The Roman lie.
The Roman lie.
All of history is a lie.
Oh! Now, I understand that to a certain point, the teaching of history has changed. And there are certain things that are pushed and are not pushed, but I don't know if all of history is a lie.
More of the interior down below.
Okay.
Even down here, you can see the land down here. It's all bricks. See the bricks? You can see the bricks down there.
What's
yeah, I think this was an energy device, folks.
Okay.
Some sort of reactor, arc reactor. This whole thing was a giant arc reactor.
An arc reactor.
Look at all the...
wait, is he saying this is an arc reactor?
The openings here. Why would they have all these openings underground? That doesn't make sense. Unless it was moving energy around, like, maybe atmospheric energy or sound energy, right? Or ground energy. Something's going on here, folks. Something really fishy.
Wait, I thought you knew. What if it's...
This is a funny one. Look at this. This is sad. This is pretty sad. The governments are trying to cover it up, right? With these concrete blocks. They just added... Look at this. It doesn't even match here. Look at this part right here. Why is there cylinders up here versus the...
Look, I don't know why. I mean, I haven't been there. Maybe someone who's been to the Colosseum can say something, but holy crap, this guy's a nutter.
The rectangle blocks, right?
They're cut from a quarry, so...
Yeah, they try to patch this up. They really try to patch it up.
But wouldn't they be trying to patch it up to keep it from falling down by just, putting something on top that's more structurally sound? Like, that would make sense if the top of this, or I should say, if the top of that right there is the Colosseum, I mean, clearly it has fallen apart because of all the way over there, like way over there. There are a couple of blocks too. So wouldn't that be to keep it intact and to keep it from crumbling further? Because if you have a stone wall that you build up and you build it in an arch or an arc, that also creates stability. Okay, well, all right. Crazy people.
This section should look like this section, but it doesn't.
Well, they must have.
They try to patch it up and try to hide it. They tried to hide the truth, folks.
Is anybody else like what?
Look how uniform these bricks are. Look how uniform these bricks are. No errors anywhere, folks. No errors. Again, with the concrete blocks here. They put the concrete blocks here.
What?
Look at all the bricks. Look at all the bricks.
I don't understand what he's trying to get at with the bricks. I must have missed
this photo already. More of the ground level. Look at that.
Okay, there's the
You see
concrete.
it was starting to bubble outwards. It was starting to, heat damage, bubble outwards. Amazing. Look at that.
Oh my god. I mean, I don't know what to say about
Amazing.
this.
Look at that brick right there.
I thought they were slabs. The original ones were slabs.
This is like a wide angle look.
Yeah, I'm sure they were looking at you
Just
while
look
you
at
were
the
there taking
damage.
pictures.
I think they were intended. This thing was intended to go higher, much higher. It looked like it was in the middle of a process of being built higher. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. Same thing.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so in the next photos I'm going to show you,
Oh, there's more.
it's from France. It's deep underground in France. Look at the brick layers, folks. Look at the brick layers.
Yeah.
This thing went down 12 miles deep. All these structures went down 12 miles deep.
Are we sure
Look
of
at the
this?
brick layers. See, you have the caves here, but look here. Same bricks. Same bricks.
Well, I believe it was called Gaul then. And they were influenced by the Romans. I mean, isn't that the Greeks influenced the Romans influenced the Roman Empire, and everybody takes that and builds upon the next thing? I mean, that's just how things go.
You can see the archways. Look at the brick layers here, folks. Look at the brick layer here. See the bricks? So everything was bricks. 12 miles deep of bricks.
Yeah.
Same thing. The same architecture of the Colosseum in everywhere around the world. Look
I
at
guess history is a lie.
that. This is not from France. This is somewhere else. I think this is USA somewhere.
Oh,
Same
okay.
thing. Look at the bricks. Everywhere. The bricks are
He says it's the USA because the guy's got an AARP hat.
everywhere.
All right.
Same thing. You can see heat damage here. The heat damage.
I have no
This
idea where he's
part
going
survived
with this. First of all, I have no idea. Is he trying to say that the whole world was... He's saying the Colosseum was intended to be a power station. First of all, I'll tell you, I can't even watch this any further, but I don't even know what it's powering. I don't know what it's powering. Second of all, I have no idea why 800 years worth of Roman history at the same time and technology got to the Americas, and what the hell they powered there anyway. What the thing was powering in France.
from the X Factor event.
The X Factor event.
Same thing. These are excavators. They found this bricks. Look at the perfect line bricks.
It's probably why it's still there.
Same thing. A tunnel. Put bricks.
Yeah, but look at the lights. There are lights there. That's what it's powering.
Look at the ceiling. Bricks everywhere. And that's it, folks. And yeah,
It's called an arch.
my conclusion is the Roman Colosseum wasn't a stadium. It was another Babylon Tower in the making, which is really, in today's volcanoes, right? Actually, look at this Babylon Tower. See this? Look at the openings, right? And look at the openings. Same thing.
I don't know
Same
where
thing, folks.
giants have
Same
to do
thing.
with this.
This was some sort of energy generator, right? These things, an energy generator.
How?
Or some sort of generating energy. And this was a mini reactor. What they were doing. Most likely, it was a mini.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with other stuff, I think. What do you think? Is he about as nuts as can get? Is there merit to this? I'm interested, and holy shit. Feel free to comment. Please comment, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great one, and don't forget to subscribe, like, but definitely comment. This is gonna be interesting.